Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Road to the Rose Bowl, where we discuss college football. Well, today we're discussing the NFL because I'm the one leading the pack today. This is Brian. Who do I have with me?
You have Jacob. Okay, my computer's talking to me.
Yeah.
This is black magic. This is black magic. Evil black magic.
What's going on? Help! This is Tyler. I'm not there.
Tyler's trapped in that computer. Smash it. Get him out.
Wow. So Tyler went on a vacation and didn't tell us anything about it. And he's a
because
bad
I don't
person.
care about you all.
Yeah, he's a bad person.
So he is.
That's mainly what it revolves around. But I'm on an audio call right now.
He is talking to us from afar.
Yep, very far away.
All the way down yonder south.
And
I guess technically I am south, but ready to discuss some football, boys?
oh yes, and considering the fact that his audio does sound pretty bad right now, you guys are going to have to put up with my angelic voice for the evening.
I thought we were going to talk about like the geopolitical atmosphere of the United Nations.
We're not talking about
that. Is very important nowadays, especially with the potato famine on the rise.
That's true.
And we are absolutely qualified to talk about it.
I am. I'm qualified to talk about potato famines.
Yeah,
all right.
You're the guy who wants to take in his front yard to drive around and smash stuff with.
I would definitely pay for it.
All right. Well, okay, so we got
I want to rock it.
we got a lot to talk about here, guys. First off, let's recap a little bit about what happened last week. I guess the first thing I wrote down here is the Michigan-Iowa game. Tyler, I'm very interested in your thoughts about it because I know me and you were pretty concrete in the fact that we did not think Michigan was going to win that game.
And Jake. Jake was too.
Yeah,
so we all look stupid here.
Yeah.
I just think that
Iowa scored a whopping 3 points.
Yep. Now, I will say this. Michigan still hasn't convinced me of anything. Their defense has.
Me neither.
But
their offense still looks like a third grade offense. It looks horrible.
Like 5 turnovers and you can only score 10 points. Like,
yeah.
Really? But yeah, Iowa looked
they
like.
They still ain't beating Ohio State, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, like you try scoring 10 points again against Ohio State. Are you going to win that game?
I've got Michigan down for beating Ohio State just because.
You're an idiot.
Look,
being
every time I agree with you all, I'll lose. Every time I disagree with you all, I'll lose. So what do I do? There's no winning for me.
I want to point this out. Last week, Jake had the best record out of all of us.
He did.
I'm the pro
for the
here.
first time in history.
It only took 8 weeks?
7. or technically 6.
Yeah.
Technically 6.
Well, in fairness, I am due for one more week then because it'd be 2-3-3.
You are the Oakland Raiders of this podcast.
Yeah. You know,
we will get to that later, but
I think that John Gruden should hire me on as a personal assistant.
He probably would.
Well, they're 3-2 right now, so I'm going to reserve talking crap about them.
That's what I thought.
I won't, but
I want to really bad, but I mean,
in fairness, we're probably going to be hiring Jay Gruden here soon, so
you probably will. Again,
I bet they will. I bet they will as a coordinator or some nonsense.
We will talk about that later, but the second
will thrive there.
But secondly, we should talk about the Florida-Auburn game, which me and Tyler were way off.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't even know what to say about this one, but Florida looked pretty good.
They did.
Now Florida plays LSU this week, which I'm not going to give an opinion about because I believe that's one of our games of the week. But
right.
I do think that Florida, I don't know how much they can keep this up. I actually looked up and seen Florida right now leads the nation in turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. They have the most turnovers in the country.
Really?
So, yeah, that's on bottom.
That's 125 teams.
One game. Do what?
That's 125 teams. It's like they don't. It's like you sure it's not like a conference thing? The nation,
no,
really?
No. It's one of the worst in the nation. It might be 120th or something like that.
Wow.
It's awful. Yeah.
Well, they beat you. Therefore, I beat you. Yeah.
You know why? You know why they beat? You know why they beat us, don't you? You know why they beat Auburn?
I know why. But you
Why?
say it.
I don't know. It sounds better coming from you.
All right. The spirit of Tebow and not paying your athletes. That's what came by and saved them. That's what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God.
None of them deserve payment.
Even Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow has spoken. Therefore, we have to abide.
Yep. A rich kid from Florida ain't in favor of college athletes getting paid. Who'd have thunk it?
Well, what do you want to do? Question Tebow?
That's true.
I'll question Tebow.
The best.
Well, Brian,
did
that's
win
because
that
you're a
playoff
heretic
game.
and you'll be burnt at the stake.
He's full of garbage. He was overrated as hell.
Tebow disapproves.
Tebow does. Look, go read that stupid speech that's placarded down there and then come back and talk to me.
It's beautiful. It makes me cry.
It's the worst speech of all time. But Tebow wrote it, so
Brian,
I can't finish it.
Okay.
what's your opinion on the game?
Well, I constantly said, when is this style of offense for Auburn going to bite them? And it finally did.
Yep. And you throw a freshman quarterback in that situation. I mean, in the swamp, they were bound to lose a big one.
Yeah. To be fair, like offensive scheme, whatever it is, I mean, Bo Nix played terrible. I think he would have played awful no matter what offensive scheme they were playing. He played horrible.
I agree.
But, yeah, the coaching was not doing him any favors, though.
No, that's the fault of Gus Malzahn, the head coach for Auburn. He's one of the only few coaches in the SEC who can beat Nick Saban, but he'll also lose games that he just should not lose.
Georgia State.
I don't get him.
Yeah.
No, that's Tennessee.
Yeah, that's Tennessee.
Georgia State will beat whoever they put their mind to beating.
But
yeah.
But the last game we're talking about in the recap, I actually did not watch this, but I'm assuming Tyler did, was the Stanford-Washington game.
Stanford won.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. I do not get the Pac-12 at all in football. The Pac-12 is the weirdest conference in college football. USC beat Utah. Stanford beat Washington. Cal beats Washington, but Cal also lost to Arizona State. Arizona State had lost to somebody. I forgot. Washington State lost to UCLA. I just don't get it.
And didn't Utah beat Washington State?
Utah. Utah beat Washington State. You're right.
They beat the hell out of them too, didn't they? It was a thrashing.
Yep, it was a thumping.
Wow.
It was not pretty. So I just don't understand the Pac-12. It's a weird conference. No team is going to the playoffs, but God, it's entertaining.
Yeah. You don't know what you're going to get.
No sense.
You don't know what you're going to
get. I don't know what.
You don't know what you're going to get with the Pac-12.
You're right.
It's great.
You definitely don't. Jake, what do you think about the game?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
You did?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had money riding on this game, I guess.
Yeah. Did you see Stanford's mascot?
Was it it's a big red thing, I know that much.
It's a tree.
Oh.
It's a freaking tree. What was like the mascot that horrified us, Tyler? Like there was a mascot that was circling around.
Western Kentucky has
yes!
a blob from hell. It's terrifying. It was like a red Barney.
It looks like the Grimace's like inbred satanic cousin. It's so horrifying to look at.
I'm sickened but curious.
Yeah, pretty much.
After the podcast, look it up. It looks like a red Barney.
I'll just slide an image of it in while we're talking about it.
Yeah, without all the facial features. You know like how Barney, I think Barney has like eyebrows and stuff?
No.
But no, well, whatever. Like you know how Barney has a nose?
Yeah. He's a dinosaur.
You know how it has like feet? Yeah, this thing don't.
It's a tree. It doesn't need it.
No. Western Kentucky's mascot.
Oh.
Yeah, Western Kentucky's mascot looks like a red Barney without a nose. It's horrifying.
Let's see here. Oh, Brian's pulling a picture, I think.
Just so I could get a live reaction out of him.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Cookie Monster on bath salts.
He does.
You're welcome.
That's the greatest
Tell
thing
me
ever.
if you came across that thing in an alleyway, it would be terrifying.
Yes, it would.
I want there to be like fan fiction of this thing teaming up with Barney and the Grimace and going on adventures.
Come on, kids, we gotta go steal the meth needles.
Yep.
Okay.
Get your
ready
meth
for the-
spoon.
All right, so now that we got that out of our systems, we're moving on to the NFL. This is going to be kind of an NFL-based week because a lot happened over the week in the NFL.
Yeah.
And we got a lot to talk about. But the first thing that I have written down here is who we think the NFL MVP should be now that we're about a third of the way through the season. So, Tyler, you can go first. Who do you think should be the NFL MVP?
Christian McCaffrey,
That's a good one.
without a doubt,
That was-
in my mind.
That's terrible.
It's not.
It is terrible.
Like, he is on pace of, like...
He has more yards than the Jets and the Dolphins have.
As an offense, hit that guy alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still awful. Larry Fitzgerald is forever NFL MVP. Like,
Who do you really have as your NFL MVP there, Jake?
Like, most valuable player.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to sound biased, but Josh Jacobs.
He's Rookie of the Year. He's on pace
Yeah.
of winning Rookie of the Year, no doubt. I wouldn't say not
He's playing
MVP.
Great.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is actually playing very good.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know many players.
Like the easiest one right now,
like Gardner Minshew. Yeah, there we go.
Gardner Minshew. Okay.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Like the easiest one right now, the one that everyone is going to is Patrick Mahomes right now, just because he has
No.
ridiculous stats.
Gardner Minshew because he has Crown Royal in his waistband.
But me and Tyler both have like the same opinion that it shouldn't matter like on like who has the biggest stats. It matters on like who had the most impact for the team.
I know where you're going with this, and I like it.
And me, honestly, I think Russell Wilson is the
Yeah.
number should
I knew you were
be
gonna
the
say it, and I
MVP.
agree. He is the reason why the Seahawks are afloat.
I think he is the best quarterback in the NFC, no doubt, to me.
I agree.
And that's the same
I
conference. That's the same conference that has Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees. And I actually, at this point right now, I would have Russell Wilson over both those guys.
I agree. I think Russell Wilson has been the most valuable quarterback for
Yes.
his team, without a doubt. The only reason I would go with McCaffrey, in my opinion, is that the Panthers. We saw them throughout the first two games of the
Yes.
year, and they did not look good at all.
Oh yeah, like
Uh,
he is like a racehorse, and he is carrying that offense on his back. Like all 10 of those guys, he is carrying on his back.
And Russell Wilson's doing the same thing. I think you can go between them two, really.
Yeah, and I think Patrick Mahomes, he's in the top 5, I think, but I wouldn't put him above McCaffrey or Wilson.
That or the MVP could be the entire Patriots defense.
You guys haven't played anybody yet.
But have you seen how many points they've just given up? They've only given up 27 points on the whole year.
You guys, yeah.
Patting the Bills on somebody. The Bills are 4-1.
But Josh Allen, like you beat Josh Allen. It's.
Well, you know.
I won't take anything away. The Patriots are looking really good this year. I won't take anything away from them.
Yeah.
Come play us in the black hole.
Oh yeah, I fear the Raiders. God, I'm so scared.
We are first half heroes. I'll give it that. The Raiders are first half heroes this year.
Yeah, they always blow a lead. I like they were up 17-0, I think, against the Bears, and almost blew it.
Yeah, we will talk more about the Raiders here in a few minutes. But
yeah.
But Jacob, do you have like other than like a few goofy rookie picks, like do you have like any player like that you legitimately would consider to be MVP?
Give me a minute to think on it. Quarterback for the Saints.
Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah, he had huge. The only reason I say this is not because he's good or bad or whatever. It's because he had humongous shoes to fill, and he's doing pretty good at it.
That's actually not a bad thought there, actually.
I would say I would put him in for like maybe because he's going to lose his starting position once Breeze comes back.
Right.
Uh,
Comeback player of the year, maybe?
Teddy Bridgewater, if Teddy Bridgewater were to play out the rest of the year and play as good as he's been playing, then yeah, I can see that.
Maybe, at least comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
For him to not be in the starting position for 2 years now and then come back and play like this.
I do want to ask one little question. I don't think I put this down on the itinerary. It won't take long. Who do y'all think's been the best coach of the year?
The best coach of the year?
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's easy.
Yeah, we know.
Mine's really easy, actually.
You're gonna say Belichick?
Nope.
Who do you think?
The Colts coach.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Frank Reich has just been amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Even if they don't make the playoffs. I mean, the fact that they beat Kansas City and they're 3-2.
Yeah.
They right now, them and the Texans are in the lead for that division, if I'm not mistaken.
They are.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson is another candidate for MVP, I think. I think he should be, at least.
So, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. Frank Reich definitely deserves, Coach of the Year right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But who are you going to say, Jake?
Who's the coach for the Miami Dolphins?
Who is the coach for the Miami Dolphins?
No, listen, hear me out. He is definitely 100%, y'all can't argue this, coach of the year. He has given us so much entertainment over the past half season, and oh my goodness, I will never forget him, whoever he is.
Yeah, everybody outside of the city of Miami,
They have played my most anticipated game of the year. They play the Bengals later on in the year. Miami and the Bengals play. It will be the most glorious Tank Bowl of all Tank Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish it was in Cincinnati so we could go watch it.
I know, I do too. I wish it was like a tie or something.
And there is a high probability of both those teams being 0-9.
Oh yeah,
when they play.
I'm beyond excited for that game.
I hope they're both 0-9 when they play that game.
I do too.
Oh man,
I hope they put it on prime time too.
Oh yes, prime time, and it ends up being a draw.
Yeah.
Oh god, terrific. Okay, so we are gonna move on to another topic here. One that I'm actually kind of intrigued to hear what Tyler has to say about it. But the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, no one's talking about this, but the Atlanta Falcons are probably the locale of the season.
They probably are.
They're a joke. They have all this talent. They have Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. They have all these offensive weapons.
Ridley, Sanu, Devontae Freeman.
Yeah. They have good players. And I have a theory on why they're so bad right now.
What is it?
Kyle Shanahan is not the coordinator there anymore. Dan Quinn is not a good coach.
Yeah. Wasn't he supposed to be like a defensive genius?
Yeah.
They're consistently the worst defense in the league.
Against the Texans?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And a lot of people are like using the injury reason. But here's the thing, if that's the case, then the Atlanta Falcons' entire defense is constantly getting injured every single year.
And again, I actually brought this up with the Eagle. You have to start looking at the training staff if that's the case.
Yeah.
If that really is a real thing, then you have to look at the training staff. They're not doing their job.
Yeah.
There's a way to build people's muscles around that.
And you can't really even use the excuse of the Super Bowl loss, because that was years ago when they went to the playoffs after that year.
Yeah, if anything, that says more about their character if they can't overcome that situation.
Right.
So, yeah. Even though I do relish in how funny that still is, but
right.
Yeah.
But Jake, what do you think about the Atlanta Falcons that are 1-4 and a dropped touchdown pass for being 0-5 actually? But what do you think about the Falcons being 1-4 with all that talent?
Possibly the most irrelevant team in the league at this point.
The most underperforming, the most disappointing. Probably.
I would agree.
Well, that's sort of been their mantra since they've existed, is we will disappoint you. I mean...
Yeah, kind of, actually.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Actually, the city of Georgia has been that, really.
The city of Georgia.
But not the city of... Yep, that good old city of Georgia.
My Lord,
The city of
I'm
Atlanta.
supposed to be the idiot here. What the heck? City of Georgia?
He's on vacation, man. Cut him some slack.
The city of Atlanta
Yeah.
is what yeah. they've
Country
always
of
been-
Atlanta.
Do what now?
The country of Atlanta.
I thought you said the Katrina of Atlanta.
Same thing.
It's not, but okay. But yeah, but now let's talk. We got to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts game. We touched on it just a minute ago, but yeah, man,
That coach,
Frank Reich.
what a job.
Yes.
I really don't have much to add, but I would just say I'm impressed by the Colts. I think they have a good foundation, and I like what they're doing. You said this to me. I don't know if it's sustainable, but as for coming out and performing every week, they haven't got blown out yet.
They haven't. They haven't.
Every game is close.
Yeah. Well, and you see, the thing is though with Frank Reich, a little bit of trivia about him. If nobody listening doesn't know this, but he actually was the quarterback of the greatest comeback in NFL history. He was the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills Houston Oilers game where they came back 35-3.
That is right.
So I think that kind of explains a little bit of the way he's coaching.
Yeah, because he's taking over this backup quarterback that was Jacoby Brissett, and he's doing good things with him.
He is actually.
Jacoby Brissett right now is reminding me of an Alex Smith type.
Yes.
Just go out there and win the game for us. Don't do anything too crazy. Just be you.
Like I would actually compare him to Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
that's
a good comparison.
In fact, very much so, because the starting quarterback is no longer there, like Dak's situation, and he's coming in and is doing well.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with you.
So yeah, I would actually I think that is a fair comparison there. I think Jacoby Brissett. I think he'll be fine as a career quarterback. I think he is more than capable of a starting job.
I completely agree. Jake, what do you think about it?
The Chiefs lost, so you can revel in that, man.
I only have one thing to add. So, the Raiders beat the Colts.
Yes.
The Colts beat the Chiefs.
The Colts lost to the Chiefs. Oh my God! The Colts lost to the Chiefs.
Oh, they lost?
No, the Raiders beat the Colts, and then the Colts beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Therefore, the Raiders beat the Chiefs.
No.
No, because the Chiefs beat you all.
28-10.
Well, yeah, but this was like our duel, like our second try.
You're gonna get a second try later in the season. You're a division opponent.
No, that'll be our third try. No, don't you? No, we beat the Colts. The Colts beat the Chiefs.
Don't take this away from him.
The Colts beat the Chiefs.
I won't take this away from him. You're wrong.
You're not taking anything away from me because I'm not wrong. Everything I'm saying is right. Colts beat the Chiefs. Raiders beat the Colts. Therefore, Raiders are better than the Colts. Therefore, Derek Carr is better than Patrick Mahomes. Confirmed.
Derek Carr is better than Patrick Mahomes.
I think. Do you want to have a poll here, Jake? How many points does the Chiefs lose? How many points does the Chiefs beat the Raiders next time they play? You want to have a poll here?
Sure.
I think they beat them. I think they beat them 45 to. I'd say 45 to 21.
I'll say 38-17.
Oh,
38-17.
Oh yeah, 38-17. I'll go with Brian. Yeah. The Raiders will beat the Chiefs 38-17. Good job, Brian.
You really want to place a bet there?
You really want to go there?
No, I actually think that the Raiders could possibly beat them. It's going to be like 21-17.
But I thought they were superior. How could they not beat them if the Raiders are?
Well, the Raiders beat the Colts, and the Colts beat the Chiefs. The Colts are better than the Chiefs, but the Raiders beat the Colts. Therefore, the Raiders are better than the Colts.
Speaking of the Raiders, I actually told Tyler this earlier in the week. It seems like every single week the Raiders get rid of a toxic player. Like they got rid of Antonio Brown, and they won. They beat Denver on Monday Night Football. They got rid of Vontaze Burfict. They beat the
Vontaze Burfict wasn't really a toxic player. He was just a madman that would destroy other people for no reason.
He was a disaster waiting to happen, Jake, and you know it.
No, he was actually good for the team itself, but he was bad for like actually playing out and like getting.
You were gonna lose a game on a personal foul call.
You get what he's saying.
No, who, me?
Yeah, every time they get rid of like a player that has like any incidents, they do better.
Yeah, I understand that. I was just saying that Vontaze wasn't exactly a locker room toxin, though. He's actually a good locker room teammate.
You guys were destined to lose a game off of one of Vontez's antics, though.
Possibly, yes.
I mean, it happened with the Steelers multiple times.
Yeah.
Most famously, the playoff game.
Well, duh.
Yep. I just can't wait till Richie Incognito threatens somebody within an inch of their life.
Richie Incognito is a saint.
That's one thing I said is like if Richie Incognito is cut, they become playoff contenders. If John Gruden is fired, they're going to the Super Bowl. If John Gruden gets fired, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Davis
sells the team,
they'll probably win it.
If Mark Davis sells the team to a new owner, you guys will become a dynasty. The New England, new empire.
I wouldn't want that. You know why? Because we would no longer have the bowl cut.
But that's obviously like joking. All joking aside.
No.
But I honestly, I after Antonio Brown, we both said that it was nothing but doom and gloom on the way with Antonio Brown being there, and then because you actually, Tyler, you projected him to go 1-15 with Antonio Brown there.
Yeah, you owe me $10 for that.
I predicted them 1-15. Yeah, I thought they would be absolutely abysmal.
You do owe me $10 for that.
But with but now that kind of that distraction is gone now, I have them pegged for like an 8-8 record. I think they'll go 8-8.
I can see 8-8.
7-9, 8-8. You guys aren't going to the playoffs. You're not.
13-3.
Jake, you said they'd go 16-0.
No, I actually did peg them to go 6-8 or 6-10 in all legit and like
all legitimacy.
Yeah, and that's what I originally pegged them for was a 6-10.
I can see 6-10. I mean, it would be honestly 6-10, 7-9 wouldn't be nothing to be ashamed of with this team. I actually think that they've done better than any of us.
Yeah, like they're exceeding expectations without a doubt.
Yeah, don't start thinking Super Bowl, Jake.
Yeah, but anyway,
what's your opinion on Freddie Kitchens?
My opinion on Freddie Kitchens, we're talking with him and the Cleveland Browns right now, is a joke. It's a train wreck right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's really no surprise because because with as much talent on that team, like I don't think it was unreasonable for me to say that the Browns will win the NFC North this year.
No, I don't think so either.
It was not like, and it's still not actually. It's still not actually because the NFC North is a pretty weak division this year.
It is.
So, I think that the only glaring issue, like the biggest red flag going into the season, was Freddie Kitchens.
A rookie head coach.
Who's not coached on any level.
Yeah. Okay. It's different. At least Arizona hired a coach that had been a head coach at one level.
Right.
He might be an awful one, but the Browns, with all this talent, they didn't go out and get somebody that was, I would have got Mike McCarthy or someone that's, done this before. With that talent,
yeah,
it can work.
Cleveland remains a factory of sadness.
It does, but it's a different factory of sadness this year.
It's not like they're just expecting them to suck and just constantly hoping for something good to happen. They're expecting them to play good every week.
That's the worst kind.
I saw a picture that compared Baker Mayfield to Johnny Football.
I saw one too. It said Baker Mayfield is Johnny Football, just sober.
Yeah.
I don't know if I completely agree with that.
No, I completely disagree with it, actually, but it's a funny meme.
Right. Honestly, I don't really want to go into what I think of Baker Mayfield as a person because that really isn't important. But as a player, I thought that like some people had him as like a dark horse pick for MVP, and I thought that was perfectly reasonable, to be honest. Like,
as a dark horse, yes.
Yeah, as a dark horse.
Yeah.
Because I expected a lot of good things from him. Because whatever you want to say about him, he's a great thrower of the football, and he's accurate downfield. But he hasn't been that this season, though.
Yeah.
Like if you watch him, like that accuracy just seems to be kind of gone right now.
Well, he's not stepping up in the pocket any. He just goes on the outsides all the time. He ain't really using the pocket to his advantage.
Right.
And again, that could be on the offensive line. I mean, it's one of them things you don't really know, but it ain't the same Baker Mayfield we saw last year. That's for sure.
It's not. Did you see that funny like Richard Sherman Baker Mayfield story?
God, that was so stupid.
What the hell was that about?
That was so dumb. So Richard Sherman.
You cut out there, man.
Oh, he didn't shake my hand, and he's so disrespectful. And then video comes out, he's shaking his hand. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that."
Yeah, yeah. It's like, wow. And the thing was the fact that which Richard Sherman has come out and apologized for that.
You're not shaking a man's hand?
Well, no, like Richard Sherman claimed that Baker Mayfield did not shake his hand at the coin toss, and that was like that Bush League college crap that the NFL doesn't put up with. And then video footage came out of Baker Mayfield shaking his hand.
Yeah,
that's great.
Richard Sherman looked like an idiot.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, listen, if you're trying to like make up stuff to motivate you, fine. But why do you feel the need to tell the press conference about it?
Yeah. Especially whenever there's video evidence of them doing it. Like, there are cameras everywhere, Mr. Sherman.
And it's Monday Night Football. Like, they're going to tape the coin toss.
Yeah.
You know, like, this isn't like a non-televised event that, like, is kind of like Passover that you're only going to see on NFL Game Day highlights. This is Monday Night Football. It's a spotlight game.
Yeah, that might have been one of the stupidest controversies I have ever seen.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, now that we got past the Browns now, we can go into like some of the games coming up this coming week. So, who do you guys have for Penn State versus Iowa? That's one of the games of the week Penn State?
I got Iowa.
I'll go with Iowa too. I think they'll bounce back after the Michigan win.
Iowa's a hard place to play at.
Yeah.
Wait, do they have the
at Iowa?
It's at Iowa. Cannon? I don't think they have a cannon.
No, they do not have a cannon, but their stadium's awesome.
Right.
Well, they have. I do want to tell a little story here. Iowa has like the coolest tradition in college football, where after the end of every first quarter, there's like a children's cancer hospital behind their stadium, and all the fans turn around and wave at all the kids. It's awesome.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got Iowa winning that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so secondly, it's the Fighting Irish versus Southern Cal.
Fighting Irish.
Yeah, I'm picking Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, yeah. We're shocked, Tyler. We really are.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, third game. Game number 3 is Michigan State versus Wisconsin. Tyler, who do you have on that one?
Michigan State.
Michigan State, really?
In the upset. Yes, I do.
Is that like your upset of the week, or?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with Michigan State over Wisconsin. I don't know, something about this game just because they're both very similar in style. I can see Michigan State like this is like the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I got Wisconsin.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm gonna copy Tyler here and do the same thing, even though I know this is wrong and it's stupid and just incorrect all the way around.
Michigan State's the school with the Mountain Dew.
That's what I was about to say.
Well, Michigan State
have the spirit of sugar water Mountain Dew. to help us.
Oh, well, Michigan State is a formidable football team. I mean, they do give people problems.
Do I now?
Michigan State is a legit football team. It's not like so out there.
They're a good ball.
Yeah, it is a legit football team. It's in the NCAA.
You know what I mean, smart ass.
I think the word you were looking for is formidable.
No. All right, on to the next one.
Oh God, I might kill. I might. You're not here to stop me, Tyler. I might kill Jake. But
there will be blood.
Love that movie. Florida versus LSU. Who you got, Tyler?
LSU Tigers by the Bayou. You know what I'm saying?
LSU Tigers purely for the coach.
I got LSU. Joe Burrow is playing like a madman, dude. Like, he is awesome.
Now, this is a legit defense he's going up against. I will say that.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I'm with you. I think Joe Burrow will put up. See, Florida, I think, turned the ball over a lot, too. I'm with you.
Because LSU has a good defense, too, I think.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so, yeah. Okay, and the big game of the week, which is also my upset pick of the week, Texas versus Oklahoma. I've got Texas.
Texas.
Upsetting Oklahoma.
Texas.
I'm taking Oklahoma.
I hate you.
Oklahoma.
Tyler's going to beat us this week.
I looked up something. You know what Texas's defense is ranked in the country?
I saw pass defense is like 129th or something.
They're 104th in the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually looked up something about Oklahoma's defense. Did you know they have the 5th best third down defense in the country right now?
They do?
Yeah, they have the 5th best third down defense in the country.
Well, I mean, they're improving. Which they haven't played anybody yet either.
True.
The one thing that could be hurting Texas's defense stats right now is they played LSU.
It could be. Though, I mean, West Virginia put up a bunch of numbers on them, though.
They did, and Oklahoma State. So, which is weird because we all thought Texas defense would be, the best one in the Big 12. Yeah, it's been probably worst.
Yeah, they showed promise. They really did, but it's not been living up. It's going to rely. It's going to be like it's really less of Texas versus Oklahoma and rather Jalen Hurts versus Sam Ehlinger. It's pretty much what
that's literally going to be the game. Whoever.
You're cutting out a little bit there, man. Tyler,
I think it'll be a shootout.
It will be a shootout. But the Texas is my upset pick of the week. And that is all the topics we have for the day, boys.
All righty. I think we're near and dear and done.
We are. It's a great episode. I think I did a pretty good job.
You didn't.
Yeah, it'll probably be a disaster because no one will probably be able to understand me. But, hey.
Well,
you'll probably sound like LSU's coach. It'll be perfect.
Hey, great. Yeah, great, Tyler. Because you just had to get involved. You've ruined probably my only chance at hosting one of these things. I appreciate that, you prick.
I'm hosting the next one.
Oh, one more thing I want to bring up before we sign off.
What's up?
And I want to remind the listeners of this. Remember to watch El Camino on Netflix if you're a Breaking Bad fan.
You
want to do a little shout out?
Yeah, I do.
Like Breaking Bad needs a shout out.
Yep. It's really just a reminder for you all, too. I know Jake probably remembers.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we're done here for the day, boys.
Well, I guess that's the end.
We are signing out. See you guys.
Mormon out.
Autobots roll out.